This nibble originally aired on RSBANDB Update, episode 831, Warden on the Warpath. Enjoy. Community questions that came up. Elite dungeon bans. Yeah. We talked about this last week. No need to beat a dead horse on that, I don't think. But Mod Warden had a very interesting perspective and different than the rest of the community on this. He feels that there shouldn't be subjects that people are afraid to talk about. And he says he's heard the concerns about the precedents being set going into the future. And in that future, he wants everybody to be aware that the account should be treated as precious and permanent bans should be taken very seriously. And the message around abuse should be looked at. And the way he sees it is that the numbers were relatively low, in the low hundreds, but there's concerns that this might encourage some behavior in the community, which is exactly what we reiterated. Mm-hmm. And this was done within an existing policy, allowing for some permanent bans and 2-week bans. So going forward, he wants to look at the player policy, and if the decision was based on this policy, he feels that the policy is in the wrong place and it provides a terrible player experience.
I get that too.
And this led to Warden Promise number 2, a meaningful change on how this area can be made better and how Jagex operates. The precedence is only as good as the lens as it's held through, and how does the policy operate? How does Jagex respond to exploits? And there's also a timeliness aspect, and has asked the team to provide better visibility on exploit issues. So this sounds like a complete revamp of how ban policy is carried out in game.
No, you know what that sounds like?
What?
Number one, we should have been setting a precedent with the people that were making this a big issue and recording it, making videos and all this. Two, the fact that they ever had to do that to get you guys to fix it, that's a bigger problem. I mean, that's what I'm reading between the lines that he's saying here.
Yeah.
He's saying, yes, A, that's a problem. B,
and it's good.
Not fixing it in time is a bigger problem.
I didn't look at it the way you just looked at it, which is really good because it shows that he's amenable to community suggestions, which I think is good.
Well, it seems kind of like an even-handed approach, right? Where it's like, yeah, no, that's not right.
It's like, is he on the side of the players with this or on the side of his staff? And it almost feels like he's on the side of players here.
Well, I mean, what is it? Like, if you piss everybody off, you're probably on the right track.
Yeah. He's also asked the community team to work on providing better visibility into these issues. Mm-hmm. And he admitted that the Elite Dungeon 3 issue festered for too long.
Well, there you go.
And I think that's what everybody said about this as it completed, which, once again, this is, I don't know if he does this intentionally, but the way he's handling this, if the community sees action on this in the next few months, is going to build more trust and put this issue to bed. And I don't know if he's doing that intentionally, but it's a very persuasive argument.
I mean, at this point, Shane, I really think it's kind of how he is.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times does someone have to kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I really take somebody at their actions. I always say the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Yeah. And I mean, at this point, I have no reason to doubt.
And there will always be those doubters, but nonetheless, I think this is positive. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see anything, but positive. I think it's good to recognize that. Yeah, this sat too long.
Yep.
But at the same time, I think if you read between the lines, there's also a implied
we got to do better. Got to do better,
Yep.
specifically the community team. You can find full episodes of RSBANDB Update right here on this YouTube channel. If you found this video useful or just enjoyed it, like and subscribe, or leave a comment.